Harbaugh's mentioned a couple times feeling like the defense is ahead of where it was at this point last year. Do you agree with that? In what ways do you think it might be ahead?
Well, yeah, I agree with it in the perspective that, you know, a lot of these guys have been in the system already. You know, it wasn't something that was kind of new to them starting off the summer last year. Even though it had a little bit of a spring previous to last fall's camp, we still put in a lot of stuff in the summertime. So most of the menu that we have, a lot of our players have already experienced it. It's a lot easier for the coaches as well to communicate it and understand all the nuances and all the, you know, what's going to happen, try to predict or anticipate the issues. If you can coach like that, then your players can think like that, and then it helps them stay further ahead with communication, with effort, with, you know, knowing their responsibilities. So yeah, I would agree with that, you know, especially on, you know, just as far as understanding of the game a lot better.
On the left, Isaiah.
You already had 3 of your freshmen on campus for in the secondary. For the spring, you added Zeke and Damani. What have you seen from all of them now that you're into fall camp? Where are they in their development?
Well, I think the young men that were here in the spring actually have, you know, slightly, you know, advantage, you know, as far as just understanding the system. And the 2 other gentlemen who just got here this summer, they, you know, they're in academics, they're in class, so adding that to their, you know, their plate with football and still in school right now, you know, it's a little challenging for them. They're performing, you know, Zeke especially is performing, you know, to a level that you can see his instincts. You can see why we recruited him and what he's going to be able to do. But as far as Will, Miles, and Cody, you definitely see that they're a little bit further ahead than the freshmen were last year that we were able to get. Except for Rod Moore, he was different last year. But those guys are all developing right where we need them to. We're going to ask all of them to help us at some point. You know, the capacity is going to be really up to them, what they know and what they understand and how they can execute.
What about Keon Sabb? I forgot about.
Oh, Keon, excuse me. Keon's done a great job. You know, he's got probably the hardest job of the bunch of those 4 because he has to know both safeties. So he knows what he's doing is now just taking that step forward on the field and applying it and being able to let loose and make some plays. Yesterday we thought he had a pretty good practice and he keeps getting better every week and every day. So, but yeah, he's really, of all of them, he really has the biggest load. You know, playing corner, the big responsibility is not getting beat deep, right? Nickel, you know, you gotta understand the nuances, but safety, he has to know what everybody's doing, make all the checks. And for him being a freshman, I think he's doing a great job.
On the right here, Aaron.
You get a lot of experience back in the secondary this year. What is that next step for that as a group, I guess, collectively?
Well, you know, the biggest thing is always the communication piece we always talk about. Ever since I started coaching, to me, that's like the number one thing. If you can't get lined up, you can't make the checks, you can't execute your assignment, you can't think with the coach has something in his mind what he wants, and the players that understand what we're communicating to them, they go out and do their job. The other thing I'm seeing a little bit more in the secondary is just that personality. They're kind of vibing off of me. You know, I tell people all the time, by nature, where I'm from, you know, like you have to have aggressiveness. You have to have a mentality that, you know, you're going to take it to them and not get hit in the mouth. And they're doing that. They're playing. They're covering a lot better, and they're being a lot more aggressive. They understand what they're doing. You hear me say that word all the time, understanding. To me, that's a big piece of coaching and teaching. But I see those guys definitely a lot better as a unit now than they were last year.
Do you think it took them some time to kind of get that vibe?
Yeah, I think the previous defense was, you know, a really good scheme and everything, but we added so much more. We've done things a little different, and you know, giving them a little bit more responsibility. And I think once they were able to get a year under their belt, you know, they understood the expectations, and to have the season we had last year, you know, they know in order to win all our games and do the things we want to do, our group's got to play better. We've got to create more takeaways. We got to eliminate big plays and eliminate confusion.
We hear so much about Mikey at nickel. I guess what is he doing first, I guess, and then who are some of the guys pushing there too?
You know, Mikey's still playing both sides. He's doing a great job of understanding and embodying what we want on defense. And to be honest with you, man, he's so natural sometimes I have to, like, when I watch film, I guess, like, wow, he's only been over here with us for a few months. And so, like, just to see his personality and to see him, you know, just take heed to the leadership. We ask him a lot to be a leader on the team in a lot of different, offense, defense, special teams with the young guys. Just to see him grow has been awesome. He's really been a good leader in that room with the nickels. And he, DJ, Turner has given us some nickel reps, Will Johnson, Cody, and of course, Rod Moore. You know, and then we also, everybody knows it. You know, it's, to be honest with you, you know, both the Green brothers, all the safeties, they all know nickel. We've done a good job of just teaching everybody the position. Now, who's ever going to play it will be